Yep, got it. Welcome back. Here I am again. Your host, Josh, of the Reg Guy Podcast, aka Regular Guy Podcast, aka Reggie Guy Podcast, aka Reg Ooh Guy Podcast. I'm back. It's been a little bit, about 2 weeks. Week or two, something like that. Not very good at math, but somewhere around the 14 to 12 day mark. And I'm back. I've just been waiting until I felt right to drop another epi like an EpiPen. And now I feel right. I feel like, man. Of course, I was listening to, do I need to say it? Matt and Shane's secret podcast. It was. And it just got me in the mood. It got me giggling. It got me chuckling. I'm driving home from work. Stopped at Trader Joe's and got a piece of meat and some juice. Some watermelon cucumber juice. Usually they don't have many people out offering stuff at Trader Joe's like they do at Costco, but today they did. There was a man in his later 20s, maybe early 30s, and on display he had watermelon cucumber juice, which I bought because I drank it. Hopefully he's not related to Bill Cosby. I drank it. He did say there was two options. There was just some raw watermelon cucumber juice, and then next to that option there was cucumber watermelon juice with chopped up mint, which at first glance looked like cilantro. Yes, it did look like cilantro in that cup. And at first I almost went with it. I don't know why, because I didn't really want the mint in it. I just wanted the juice. But I don't know, something about it was like, well, I don't want to make him feel bad. He threw that second option out there, and I mean, it didn't look right. It looked like finely minced mint thrown into a small cup with red juice. So it's just like the display was not up to par with me. And because of that, I almost felt like, well, I don't want to make him feel bad. Let me just get that one. But I knew I didn't want that. And so I channeled my inner alpha male. And I said, for one, don't ever offer me anything ever again, because I don't know who you are. And you're also a man, and as an alpha male, I would never, ever, ever accept anything from a man. And that's what I told him. And after I told him that, he said, well, I'm not going to offer you any samples of juice. And I said, wow. Well, as an alpha male, I'm going to assert my dominance, and I'm going to go ahead and take a sample because I want it. So I'm going to take that. And he tucked his tail and he walked out. He quit his job right there on the spot. His manager came up and was like, whoa, what's the issue here? And I said, well, sir, for one, your employee was offering me alpha male juice with, for all I know, the Bill Cosby special in there. That green stuff floating around, he's saying it's mint. I'm not sure if that's true. Looks like cilantro. So I'm not going to take that. And then after I asserted my dominance on your employee, he then said, well, I'm not going to offer you any. And of course, this is me talking to the manager. I said, well, now, of course, I asserted my dominance, and I took what I wanted, which was that sample. And he tucked his tail and he cried, and he ran out and he quit, and I'm talking to you. And then I got 69 or 89 out of the Trader Joe's, so I'm not walking there anymore. But it doesn't matter because I got my juice and I got my steak, which right now it's in my passenger seat, soaking up some sun. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the back seat, out of the sun. Ignore that. So yeah, that's what I just had to go through that experience right now of dealing with an irate employee, being accosted. Really, I mean, it really felt like I was being attacked. And I'm a POC, and I don't appreciate being attacked like that. So, like and subscribe if you support that, and if you don't, well, then that means you're anti-POC. So, your choice. Anyways, yeah, I know it's been a minute. I always tell myself, oh, I'm gonna try to drop an ep every week. But, I know I've mentioned it before. It's just, I gotta, it's just like, I gotta be in the mood, when I force myself, it doesn't, the mumbo jumbo doesn't mumbo jumbo. It flumbo dumbos, and it just doesn't come out right. And I don't like that. And I've noticed, I don't know why, but the closer I am to the weekend, today's Thursday, end of the day, driving home, beautiful sunny day, in New Zealand, JK, I'm in California, but beautiful sunny day, and it's just like, it gets me in a positive mood. And honestly, work wasn't even that bad. I mean, it wasn't bad at all. It was a good day at work. And like I said, I was listening to, freaking MSSP, that means, shout out. And it just got me in the mood. I was like, you know what? The time is right. So let's catch up. Let's catch up on a lot of stuff. Mainly the Drake. I think it was the second episode. So if you haven't listened to that, go ahead and go listen to that. But when I dropped the second ep, Drake or Cole and J. Cole, Jeremiah Cole, and Kendrick Lamar, who's a French rapper, they had a beef. And I was saying at that time, I was like, this is cool. A beef's pretty sick. It makes for good hip hop, makes for good music generation. And by that I mean it makes these rappers, it makes them just shut up and dribble. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate all the hard work that they do, because they're more than just rappers. But let's be honest, shut up and write. But it was like, no one's gonna die, blah blah blah. That's what I said. And now it's more so, I gotta talk about this, because this kind of didn't upset me, but it was just kind of like, just seemed, I don't know, just dumb. So J. Cole dropped a diss. I believe it was called 7 Minute Drill. And I thought it was freaking sick. I enjoyed it. I liked it. Then I think Kendrick came out and dropped another diss. And then J. Cole was like, you know what? I'm not about this beef and stuff. I'm gonna pull that song from all streaming services. And it's like, okay, like, I get it. I get if you don't want to promote beef or promote, I don't even know, because it wasn't violent, so he wasn't promoting violence. But I don't know if you just don't want to promote that kind of energy as an artist, whatever. You don't want to promote negativity in the black community. All right, fair enough. But then to go and remove the song off of streaming, it was like, we've already heard it. For one, we've already heard it. For two, it was really good. I mean, it was a good song. Take Kendrick out of it, it slapped. It was a good song. So it's like, you know, if you want to apologize, go ahead and apologize, but why are you going to punish me, a fan, and remove the song? Kind of felt like a personal attack. And since then, now Drake and Kendrick are blah. And I don't know. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest. Is Kendrick great? Kendrick is great. But even when I say that, I don't believe myself. Kendrick he's good. Okay. Take a zoom for a minute and I dive in. That's one of the biggest songs. But it's just like, come on, man. Like, I don't like the way, like, the little voices he does when he's rapping. I can't stand that. It's a Kendrick Lamar. Like, he does all these weird voices that I don't like, I don't appreciate. I think they're kind of lame. I think they're kind of corny. Oh, who said Kendrick can't be the best? Ooh, the best is like, I don't like that. Drake is a cornball. Drake is like putting pubes on a honeycomb. That's what his kid looks like. Drake looks like you put spikes, black spikes on top of a cheese ball. He's lame. But his music kind of slaps. I mean, if you're gonna argue with me that Drake's music isn't good, I'll say this. I'll give you this. For all the haters out there on Drake, I'll give you this. Let's say 3 out of 10 songs suck. They're like, okay, this is basic Drake. Like, honestly though, I think that's a lie too that I just said. Personally, I would say 2 out of 10 of his songs suck. The majority of his songs, and they're good. Oh, but he ghost writes. He has ghost writers. But he does this, but he does. Okay, who cares? Do you like his music or not? Right? So, this whole beef, and then it's like, now it's just getting dumb. It's like, okay, Kendrick's calling Drake a pedophile. Drake's calling Kendrick a woman beater, or like, you beat your wife, you beat them. And it's like, what's worse, being a pedophile or being a woman beater? I'm gonna let you decide. We all know the answer, right? We all know the answer. But yeah, so that's still going on. I don't know, I don't know how you guys feel about it. If you're listening to this, we're 13 minutes in. If you've made it 13 minutes in, let me know whose side you're on. If you know about the beef, if you've heard any of the songs, let me know. Let me know if you like Kendrick more than Drake, if you like Drake more than Kendrick, or if you think J. Cole should have kept his song on streaming platforms, because I thought that was really whack. But anywho, other than that, man, life's been decent. Which is, hard to come by sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to come by a good streak in life. And nothing in particular is like no big events have happened that are like, I haven't come into a lot of money. I haven't gone on a raise. Like nothing's drastically changed, but everything feels smooth right now. It's like, are things stressful? Yeah, money's tight a little bit every now and then. Like, sometimes the weather sucks. Sometimes I'm tired. Today, I was tired, man. I was tired today, but it looks so pretty. Like, I live by a lake, and it's just like the lake looks freaking gorgeous. We're gonna do me and my wife, we're gonna have a little fun time this weekend with our family or our friends for a little anniversary party. We're gonna rent a pontoon boat and go out on the lake. That's gonna be freaking sick. I'm gonna have a little bit of brewskis, brah. I'm gonna get a little brewskified. I'm not gonna get drunk because that's bad. And I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that for anybody. Getting drunk is bad. But having a little brewskis, it's fun. So yeah, I'm just excited for that, man. And it's like, sometimes you get so caught up in just like how crappy things are, or how this person treated you, or how that person said something that, you know, what do they really mean? Was there an undertone? Or, you know, over analyzing yourself. And it's like, and of course that's all circumstantial. Like, there are people in situations that it sucks. Like, for no reason, you just got the crap end of the stick. Like, your parents hate you, your spouse hates you, your friends hate you, or like your job, people suck, blah blah blah. You know, and like that's tough. But if you can, because those situations, you know what? Hot take. Most of the people that are in situations like that, where it's like they really have every reason to complain, they usually don't. Maybe, I don't know, but I feel like if you've really been through a crappy situation, or you've been in a crappy situation for a while now, you learn to appreciate the little things. You know, you just learn to appreciate just life, you know, just being able to wake up. You know, you appreciate the sun being out, you appreciate being able to just take a deep breath in. And I know it sounds corny or whatever, but it's true. Like, so, you know, even the people that have every reason to complain, for the most part, usually they're like appreciating life. And I think it's important to do that, even if nothing crazy is happening in your life that's like, oh my god, like pushing you to the next level. Even if you just wake up tomorrow and like the sun's out, or the temperature's nice outside, it's not freezing, or it's not, you know, insanely hot, or like, you know, or you like, I don't know, I guess I take things for granted sometimes, because like I have an amazing wife that I've known since I was 12. I liked her since I was 12. She's 9 months older than me, but she didn't really like me for a little bit. But we've been around each other since we were 12. And I love her, she's the love of my life, blah blah blah, gay. But yeah, just like appreciate the little things that you do have, because man, life is so fleeting. It's you never know what like I could get in a crash right now, you know, like a bird can fly through my window and my freaking windshield and get me in the heart, and you know, that would be it. But at least I ended it on like being positive and enjoying my life. And you know, don't get me wrong, most days I'm not like this. Most days I'm like, my wife calls me peculiar, so most days I am peculiar, and by that she just means, you know, I'm a bit crabby. But I'm trying, you know, I'm really trying to just kind of be more like, you know, just like, even with friends and stuff, if friends have done me wrong in the past, or if I feel like I've done something wrong, you know, I try to clear that up. But if it's not up to me, then I just say, you know what, well, you know, I'm not trying to be like Drake and Kendrick and have beef. You know, if I was an artist or a rapper, then I would live for beef. And not cows. I mean beef as in altercations verbally. But I'm not a rapper, so I don't need that. And I'm not scared. I'm not scared to have beef with anybody, right? Because like I mentioned before, bless me, I'll have beef with anybody. The Trader Joe's guy, he understood that. I'm an alpha male, I'll have beef with anybody. But at the same time, as an alpha male, I'm not gonna waste my energy, you know? And I'm gonna, as an alpha male, I'm gonna freaking bring good vibes into the world, and I'm gonna bring positive energy, and I'm gonna alpha you so hard that you're gonna like me. With good vibes, I'm gonna alpha you up. But yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what I'm saying right now. I thought I was in the mood podcast. Maybe I'm not. Maybe this is dumb. Maybe this sounds like a bunch. But you know what? Even this right now, what I just said, like, that's negative self-talk, which isn't cool. You know, you gotta, your inner dialogue needs to be, it needs to be positive. It needs to be like positive but real. Like, you can't like, sorry if it's so much noise, this road's crazy because I live somewhere crazy. But you can't talk to yourself all the time in a negative or condescending way. Like, think about it like this. If somebody came to you, right? Okay, let me give you the context. So, say I'm like right now, how I was like, oh, I'm not, maybe this sounds dumb, maybe this, you know, if somebody came to me and was like, this kind of sounds dumb, I would get, for one, I would get self-conscious, for two, I would get defensive, and for three, I would be sad, right? Or if I'm doing something and somebody was like, you kind of suck at this, why are you even trying? Like, I would be bummed out, right? Well, that's exactly what you're doing to yourself when you let that negative self-talk take over. You're basically, literally, you're being a hater on yourself. And it's like, just like you wouldn't let someone else come to you and just cross the bridge. Just like you wouldn't let somebody else come to you, no diddy, and tell you these negative things about what you're trying to do or what you're doing or what you've done. You shouldn't let yourself tell you those things, right? So, you know what? I am in the mood to podcast. I do enjoy doing this. Like, I've said it every episode. I think I'm always talking to myself, and it's like sometimes I think I have decent things to say. Sometimes I think I'm just blabbering. But there's nothing wrong with blabbering, man. We all should blabber. Everybody should blabber. I mean, if you blabber too much, though, kind of, you know, self-analyze and adjust. Maybe admit to yourself, okay, I think I blabber a bit much. Let me tone down the blabbering. But we should all blabber, man. We should all blabber. We should all have a good time. And yeah, I think my main message for this episode is Drake and Kendrick, you guys are freaking lame. Keep dropping the disses though, because it makes for good music, but you guys are lame. You guys are both millionaires, and you know, you guys are just, if Drake's a pedophile, he'll go to jail. If Kendrick beats his wife, he'll go to jail. So, and if they don't, then the system's rigged and we should all revolt. But JK, don't do that. But yeah, that's my message, is that they're lame. Don't let anybody ever, especially in a Trader Joe's, don't let anybody ever try to dose you like Bill Cosby with this watermelon cucumber juice. If you want it, you buy it, end of story. And then thirdly, live your life, man. Don't be rude to people. Don't hurt people. You know, I don't know, it's all very complicated and fine line, because it's like, you know, there's a balance that we're all trying to find of being kind, accepting people for who they are, but also not allowing people to walk all over us, because that's not okay. You shouldn't let someone walk all over you, right? So like, where's that line of, you know, appreciating somebody for who they are, including their faults, and just, you know, like, hey, that's just that person. Do I need to be around them all the time? No, but when I'm around them, that's just who they are. Let me see how I can adjust myself so that I have a good time, you know, because at the end of the day, you could look at it, some people might call it selfish, which, I mean, by some people, I mean me, but I think it's a good type of selfish, where you're like, shellfish, it's a good type of selfish where you're like, I'm going to adjust myself to this person's attitude so that I can have a good time. Not so that they can have a good time, but so I can have a good time. And if that person is just toxic and is like being rude, I'm gonna abort. But if they're just like saying annoying stuff here and there, and we're in a setting where it's like I can't get away from them, I'm gonna adjust myself so that I can have a better time, right? And then I don't know, that is weird, that word's selfish, because you do spell it SELFISH, which is kind of like sell fish, shall fish. Like the word fish is in there no matter what. But yeah, I gotta roll the window down. It's freaking hot, freaking bacon in here. So yeah, if you take anything from this episode today, people, let it be that Kendrick and Lamar are lame. Drake's lame. J. Cole's a weenie. And, you know, don't promote negativity. Right? Don't promote negativity. Love yourself enough to have a good time all the time. Adjust when you need to adjust. Self-analyze and make sure you're not the problem that you're trying to avoid in other people. And just, you know, have a good weekend, have a good Friday, and tune in for freaking Ep 4, bros. Oops. All right, officially, goodbye.